What's going on, everyone? My name is Lucas Arellano. I didn't go to college. I had no experience before this job. I was the top BDR for 2 years, promoted to AE, now I'm a BDR Manager. And I make videos like this for you who are in my shoes, trying to evaluate the evaluate the BDR world and see if it's for you. And also, just to get a better idea of how to pursue the job hunt, so you don't have to go through the 6 months of trial and error that I had to go through before landing my first job. So it's actually the last day that I'm gonna be in office today. After this, we're going full remote because we have significantly leaned down. And it made me think, I remember when I was on my job hunt, I would think, is remote or on-site or hybrid the best way to go? And so by the end of this video, you'll have an insider's perspective on what's the truth there, so you can make the best decision moving forward, okay? So it depends on what your long-term goal is. If your goal is to, if you have a family and kids and it's mandatory that you're home, the remote flexibility can be everything for you. If you're single and young, like I was when I got in, coming in 5 days a week actually may be the best option, and I'd be open to relocating if I were you. If you really want this job and you're not tied down because of responsibilities, you being willing to relocate will open up a lot more opportunities for you. And get this, 5 days a week in office jobs are a lot less high of a demand than a remote job, because a person in New York can't apply for a job in California, which probably wouldn't happen because of time change. But at the end of the day, remote is very saturated, and you won't really develop as fast as you would have been if you were around seasoned sellers and a manager and getting live feedback and building that genuine relationship in your network for down the road. If I can go back 10 years and choose from remote, on-site, or hybrid, I would probably go on-site and move closer to San Francisco. However, I got lucky and I got a hybrid role. So let me break down exactly the pros and cons of hybrid, remote, and on-site, so you can make the best decision for yourself. So an on-site role, 5 days a week, it's a lot more strenuous, and if you don't live near the office, it's gonna cost you a lot of time and money in commuting. However, if your goal is to promote to county executive, and then beyond that, it's almost better that you get more face time in front of your managers, because you'll be able to build that genuine friendship. So when layoffs come around, you may or may not be on that chopping block if you get along with your manager really well, and you're gonna learn so much faster from being around seasoned sellers and people above you, getting face time with leadership, which is very important if you want to work your way up the ranks. You want to show that you're trustworthy, hardworking, incredible, and that you show up on time and you work hard. If you go the hybrid route, I would actually recommend this for myself, because it allowed me, since I live 2 hours away from the city, to not kill myself in commute and burn out super fast, but it was a good balance between remote work and seeing my manager and being around other seasoned sellers. On my job hunt, I remember, and you're probably experiencing this too, on-site jobs are of least demand because nobody wants to come in 5 days a week. So if you're really desperate to get in, I would do that. If you know what you're doing or you have a mentor, I would target hybrid roles, because there are a little less of a demand, but it also allows you to get the boost of the career development and networking. And it also allows you to get the balance of working from home, which who doesn't want that? And last but not least, hybrid roles. Super saturated market, very hard to land a job. But if you do work with somebody, whether it's me or another coach, it's very easy to do if you just play it right. But it might not be the best lever for long-term development. Like I said, if you have kids or people at home or cats at home and you really require to work at home, it might be good for you. Or if you live in a town that there is no big cities around you, remote might be the only option. And it's still amazing. I wouldn't discourage you from getting into tech sales if you can't land an on-site or hybrid role, but remote would probably be my last option if you really care about career development. Now, my experience with a hybrid role, we fluctuated from 3 days in office to 1 to 2 to 3, it's been great to me. It's allowed me to attend networking events on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays that are in the city. It's allowed me to go out after work with my coworkers and go get a drink somewhere and just network and build that personal relationship. It's allowed me to build genuine friendship and network with people that I never would have met without coming into the city. Honestly, I feel like if you're fully remote, I work with people that are fully remote. They're in another state and they just have an office to go into. And they complain that it's really hard to feel like they're a part of something, because you have to be very intentional, scheduling one-on-ones with people that you normally wouldn't speak with because you're not going in the office. So it can feel very isolating and very discouraging. If you're not doing well or you just need more support, it's very hard to get that feeling like you're in good hands when you're virtually reaching out to people like it's a freaking help desk ticket asking for support. It'd be a lot more stressful if you're behind on quota at home by yourself, but when you're in the office, your manager can do stuff with you and work next to you, and you could ask your buddy for help. So if you are in a position to come in the office, I would highly recommend it. I know this hasn't been the most insightful video, but I didn't want to miss a Saturday. And I tried to do a live cold calling video because you love those, but our phone calls are being labeled as spam. So my data connector issue is just horrible, and I didn't want to record myself making 100 calls. So I I can actually put a clip here of that if you want. I'll just fast forward it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll post a more informative video next week, I promise, when I just do a little more prep for it. So God bless you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next weekend.